Good evening and welcome to St. Mary's, Ohio, as we meet the St. Mary's Rough Riders will meet the Wapakoneta Redskins here in this Western Buckeye League battle. I'm Paul Sadler, joined with Todd Utrip.
Looks to be an interesting game in this rivalry, Paul. The weather not the greatest for a football game, but it's kind of an old school throwback game tonight. A little muddy probably out on the field.
Yeah, and both teams have had plenty of chances being used to playing in the rain so far this year.
And the short kick's going to go out of bounds at the 30. Penalty flag will fly as it goes out of bounds.
And Imperials Coach Fry will just take the ball right now instead of forcing a re-kick. And Todd, obviously, Wapak with a different look this week. Unfortunately, with the injury to quarterback Kyle Gibson, Coach Fry now puts the offensive hands onto Cody Morgan, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore at the quarterback position.
It will certainly be an interesting start here for the Redskins to see how Cody does here this evening. He obviously got some snaps in last week when he got called upon with Kyle's injury. First run there off the left side will gain several yards, and the Redskins will head back to the huddle, regroup. Morgan played pretty well when he got called upon last week, I thought, and did some good runs and did some good things.
Well, Cody has some experience. You know, he played some last year as even a freshman on the defensive side of the ball. He's been playing as a receiver this past year, so you know he's been on the field. And
his first throw is going to be complete. Pick up a nice gain out of bounds. That should be a first down for Wapakoneta.
Yeah, and that was Brandon Miller there on the catch on the bubble screen. Brandon, again, is a standout defensive player. Has been playing more and more on the offensive end for the Redskins.
So they'll reset the ball here at first down and 10 for the Redskins. Oh, correction. It's just short there, about a yard short it looks like. Third down, 3rd and 1. Handoff right up the middle. They're going to pick up the first down and a couple more probably on the play.
And just going back to basics there with Coach Fry going back to a normal wing tee, the fullback dive there to pick up the short yardage situation. You know, that's kind of a question coming into this game when you switch your quarterback. The Redskins have been playing a lot of that spread shotgun look with Gibson at quarterback. Now when you put in a different quarterback, doesn't have quite the experience, you know, what type of approach was Coach Fry going to bring?
Another handoff. This one will go left side.
Nice play there on defense for the Rough Riders by Matt Alexander, you know, one of the leading tacklers of the St. Mary's defense.
That'll bring up, I believe, second down, right, Paul?
Yes.
Our scoreboard there at the top's a little inaccurate here on this particular play. Redskins coming to the line, just short of midfield. Another handoff to the right side, breaking across the 45 to the, looks like to the 42 for Wapakoneta.
And it looks like going to be right there at the sticks, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and give them the first down on that. That's Josh Wendell hitting, you know, cutting it up on the right-hand side there. Wendell came into the game averaging 4.5 yards a carry and actually kind of added to it on that carry.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Josh. And, you know, Cody Morgan's going to need a bunch of runs like that tonight to take the pressure off of him.
Yeah, he certainly is. And they do have a stable of guys that can make plays for him.
And the handoff up the middle this time was Jensen Miracle. He's going to have a nice gain of about 6.
Good little mush right there. You know, the Rough Riders, you know, they don't have a lot of experience coming back, but what they do is on the defensive line with Neil Perry, Mason Mays, and Adam Neal, and Jarrett Taylor has played quite a bit for them as well. You know, they need to really hold their ground and don't get beat between the tackles.
2nd and 4, and the run is going to gain the first down. That is, once again, Miracle.
Well, after opening the game out of 2 shotgun looks, Wapak has been exclusively under center, running their traditional wing tee plays, and they've been getting a lot of positive yardage. You know, Coach Fry's got to be happy so far with the play of his offensive line.
Morgan up under center from the 32. He's going to hand it off off the right side. Nice little run once again by Josh Wendell.
Yeah, nice hit there. Actually, his helmet came off. I believe that was number 80. I think that's Tyler Rose playing for the Rough Riders. Made a nice hit, but unfortunately, there's just absolutely no one there off the point of attack on the right-hand side.
Well, this first drive for the Redskins going very well. We'll see here as they get close to the red zone if they can capitalize and punch it in. Short gain on that play.
Yeah, better job that time, shedding their blocks and jumping in and making the play by for the Rough Riders right there.
Paul, how important is it to get that first drive successfully all the way down the field into the end zone?
Well, it's not that important. Obviously, it's a great start to a game, but, it doesn't make or break your game, but it does give you a lot of confidence to start the game.
Handoff once again to Wendell. It looks like he's going to pick up the first down as they signal for them to move the chains. So Wapakoneta inside the red zone now with 1st and 10.
And that's what happens when you have good gains on first down and second down. You set up that 3rd and short, and then a little 2-yard gain can give you that first down.
Cody Morgan up under center trying to get the play off, and it's going to be a run to the left side. Very short gain, if any, on that play by Alex Greavy.
And Corny Reinick there with kind of maybe even a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Yeah, Greavy did have a lot of space. And Greavy is kind of the home run hitter when it comes to running the ball for the Redskins. He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. And they look for big plays whenever he gets the ball.
Now, Paul, when you have a situation where your starting quarterback gets hurt, as we watch this play develop, getting all the way down to the 7 on that run was Josh Wendell. When you have the quarterback coming in with his first game after replacing the starter for several years in Kyle Gibson, what does the head coach say to his offensive linemen about getting ready for this game and helping out their quarterback, getting pushes off the line, etc.?
Well, really, more than likely what you're going to do, and again, we haven't seen Gibson a whole lot to find his strengths. We know he's a pretty good athlete, but, it's probably safe to say, what they want to do is come out, let's control the line of scrimmage, and let's, move the ball, and they're doing it pretty well so far.
Oh, fumble. Ball is lost by Wendell, and St. Mary's is going to recover the ball. So turnover for the Redskins here on this first opening drive, and that's certainly not what you want to see as you get into the red zone.
First big break of the game is for the Rough Riders. Mason Mays, returning starter junior, jumps on the loose ball, and for as much as they dominated that drive and got chunks of yardage, they come out with nothing to show for it, and the Rough Riders have the ball.
So 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Just over 6 minutes left here in this first quarter. Going to be a quick run up the middle. It's going to be very little gain, if any, on the play.
And what we're going to see from St. Mary's is some different approaches. First of all, it's an improving group on offense. When they started the year, their first 3 games, they only had 17 points, and it really looked a struggle to score. But the last 3 games, they've scored 58, where they've averaged almost 20 points a game. So, they're starting to play with a little bit more confidence on the offensive end. If they can kind of continue that confidence and maybe get some early success, they have a pretty good shot in this game.
Ball around the right side, our near side. Nice carry that time by number 10, Trent Whale.
Yeah, Trent Whale with a nice spin move right there. Pressing the old B button there on the Xbox to be able to make that play. Just a quick, sweet play. This is the offense that they're running is similar to what you would see, from the armed forces, with Air Force and Navy and so forth. They're running some triple option look, which they ran on the first play, running short motion with wing backs. And they do have a couple other packages that they'll throw at you, like this one where, it's the Maryland I formation.
Little movement on the right side of the line. Number 56 looked to jump, but was he drawed offside? No, they'll call it a false start, so they'll march it back.
Yeah, and that's tough. You know, when you're trying to get things going and you just had a really positive play, you know, you can't make unforced mistakes, and usually jumping off sides on the offensive end it is just that, an unforced mistake.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 6, I believe, here for the Rough Riders. Not 100% sure on that spot. We have difficulty here trying to confirm that. Nice toss pitch back to the left side. Going to get across. No, not even quite to the 25. A little short of that.
Yeah, nice job. It's the exact same play that they ran before, just the other way. That time to Jared Nouse on the sweep going to the left-hand side. Wapak did a really good job stringing that out. And because of the penalty, you know, that's going to force a 4th down and presumably a punt.
And it does look like they have the punting unit out on the field for 4th and 5. As we are coming up on 4 minutes to go left here in this first quarter. And the ball is punted to the right, and it's going to take a couple bounces and be picked up by the Redskins. Nice return laying there on the left side across the 50, and going to be tackled at the 45 is Alex Greavy. So Wapakoneta will start in St. Mary's territory here with their 2nd possession of the game.
So despite a key red zone turnover, the Redskins are able to force a 3 and out, get a good return, and have presumably good field position here for their 2nd possession.
So 1st and 10 for Wapakoneta as we come up on 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. You're watching TSC Sports. Handoff on the right side, a lot of room to run across the 30, 25, and going to be pushed out or down around the 19. Nice run that time by, I believe that was Josh Wendell, or was that Miracle? I didn't get a good look.
Well, one of the biggest things is Jared Carpenter had a really good block there on the right-hand side, and they're having a lot of success running to the right-hand side. Big play there on the fullback off-tackle play for the Redskins.
Redskins will run to the line. Handoff in the backfield, breaking a couple tackles. Still on his feet is Alex Greavy. He is going to take it all the way into the end zone. Redskins will take the lead, but there is a flag down, so we'll wait on the official call.
Yeah, we'll see what the flag is. However, that's a tremendous individual effort. It looks like it's going to be a holding call, so this will take it back. But, you know, a tremendous individual effort there by Alex Greavy.
And it is a hold.
The Rough Riders had him dead to rights a couple different times, and he was able to elude those guys and go into the end zone. But, again, all for naught here, as the 2nd time so far in this early game, we've seen the Redskins kind of shoot themselves in the foot.
So they will respot the ball just shy of the 30-yard line. Be 1st down and 23. And for our viewers out there, if you haven't noticed, our play clock appears on our scoreboard at the top of the screen as we see Morgan scramble out to the right. He's going to be drugged down right around the 30, so it'll be close to no gain. The play clock will automatically appear when it gets down to 15 seconds. You'll see that appear on our scoreboard on the right. So if you're ever wondering where the play clock stands, you'll see that pop up when it gets down to 15 seconds and counts down. So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 23 for the Redskins. Quite a bit here to go. Going to be a scramble to the left by Morgan. He's got a little bit of room. Nice block out front. Morgan's going to be brought down about the 24. So that'll help them a little bit, but they still got quite a bit to go here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and the tackle is actually by his counterpart, Dustin Fisher, the quarterback for St. Mary's, obviously a two-way player, made the nice tackle, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Kind of interesting. Those have been 2 called pass plays in a row. The first one was a play-action pass, and this one was a bootleg. However, Morgan, who has an option to run on all those plays, didn't really give the pass a chance on either one of those.
So 3rd and 17. Morgan looks to throw. He's got a man deep in the end zone. He's open, but he overthrows him. That was Johnny Crawford streaking down the right side a good throw would have been 6.
Yeah, Johnny Crawford is a big-time playmaker for the Redskins, and Jared Nouse, one of the better players for St. Mary's. There must have been confusion on coverage in that case because he just let him kind of go to the back of the end zone, untouched. So mistake there. Rough Riders were able to dodge the bullet on that one. That brings up a 4th down.
And it looks like they're going to go for it here as they're a little bit, maybe beyond kicking range. Morgan does drop back. There's going to be a flag thrown, so we'll see what the call is. I assume it's going to be a false start, but we'll wait on the official call. Now it looks like he's going to signal offsides on the defense. That'll make it 4th and 12.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of a difference between the pro and a college game that we see. Normally that would just be a free play type situation, but in high school it's a dead ball anytime the defense gets into the neutral zone. So that does help the Redskin offense get a little bit closer as they try to salvage this possession that started off so well and actually went into the end zone but had that costly holding call.
So a few seconds left here on the play clock. Morgan gets it off. Quick throw to the right side to Greavy. He breaks one tackle, but he's going to be gang tackled at the 15-yard line, so they're going to come up a little short.
A good pursuit by the Rough Riders. Greavy, to his credit, made the first 2 guys miss, but the defense just kept coming, and that's 2 red zone trips for the Redskins, and two times that they've been stopped by the Rough Riders. And this is a big rivalry game, Battle of Auglaize County between these 2 rivals. The Rough Riders have to come into this game. They would be considered the underdog, and the one thing you don't want to give to the underdog is some confidence, and that defense might be starting to get a little bit of confidence for the Rough Riders.
Absolutely. They bent a little bit, but they didn't break as the handoff went off the left side for a very short gain, if any. Like you said, 2 trips into the red zone for the Wapakoneta Redskins, and they came up empty both times. That, you'd think that would have to fire up your defense a little bit if you're St. Mary's.
It is, but St. Mary's does need to turn the field position game around. The 2 times they do have the ball, because Wapak has been able to move the ball a little bit. They've gotten their offense, way with their backs into their own territory. So they're going to need to move the sticks here a little bit.
So 2nd and 11 for the Rough Riders, scrambling out to the right, our near side, tossed down over the middle, way overthrown. I believe he was shooting for Austin Slife across the middle.
Yeah, and that's a pretty tough pass, almost at any level, rolling out to your right, then trying to throw across your body, looking for, as you said, Slife there on the post pattern. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long, as we can see here on the replay. Just really tough. You can see, he might be open just a little bit, but, that'd be a really, really tough pass, at any level to complete.
And it could have been a lot worse for the Rough Riders, obviously, when you make a throw like that. Sometimes you're just happy with an incompletion because, there were several Redskins in that area. If he throws it just a little bit harder, a little bit shorter, it could have been, a bad break for St. Mary's.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do in this situation is turn the ball over. Well, there appears to be a penalty on the play on the Redskins.
So it was a holding, and that will move it forward as the officials get the ball respotted here. Makes it 2nd down and 1 for St. Mary's.
And it doesn't matter how you get that first down, penalty, pass, run, and moving the chains. That's what the Riders need to do.
It's going to be a handoff at the middle. It's going to be a loss on the play.
And is the ball out on that time?
The Redskins are signaling that there is a fumble. We'll wait for the official word. We're looking down. It looks like Wapakoneta does have it. And yes, there is the signal, so a turnover. Here's another look at it. Let's see if we can. The ball's out there. Out. And it looks like it was recovered
by Valentine.
Yep.
Nate Valentine, we've kind of sung his praises over the last few weeks. Kind of an undersized defensive lineman, 145 pounds. Just has a nose for making plays for the Redskins. As much as they've been dodging bullets here defensively, the Redskins get a great opportunity once again, and we can see if the Rough Riders can hold for the 3rd time in this quarter.
Morgan hands it off to Greavy, off to the right side. He gains a couple yards, gets it inside the 20 to, looks like the 19, maybe just inside the 19. Rain starting to come down a little harder here in St. Mary's. And we're coming up on a minute to play. Apologize, our clock there is a little shaky. Now you see the clock, it's ticking down under a minute. Cody Morgan now up under center. He's going to hand it off and gaining about 5 yards on the play for Wapakoneta.
Well, it rained a lot earlier today, and it looks like it's going to rain a lot more. And by looking at the radar, I don't think this is going to be some short little storm either. So, we've seen a couple turnovers already this game. Possessing the ball is going to be, a big part of this football game, Todd.
Absolutely. Keeping hold of the ball and limiting turnovers when this, it gets wet and the ball becomes slick.
Really nice defensive play right there by the Rough Riders. Check that as Matt Holman. Again, kind of a guy that plays both ways, and starting offensive lineman, as you can see here on the replay, coming right through unblocked, able to make the play in the backfield. Nice play by Holman.
And I believe that's going to allow the clock to wind down for the first quarter, and it will. So we will take a break. You are watching TSC Touchdown Friday on TSC Sports. We'll be right back.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home, building, and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
And welcome back to St. Mary's as we start the second quarter. We are scoreless, but the Wapakoneta Redskins are in the red zone for the third time this evening.
Yeah, they need to cash in on one of these opportunities that they're been given.
Little misdirection. Redskins are going to run it off the right side and get to the 10, maybe just inside the 10. Nice short run by Wendell, fighting for a little bit of yardage.
Yeah, kind of combination there. David Slife and Matt Alexander, both there kind of combined for the tackle. Nice job, going to that counter. When they're in the wing T, that little halfback counter or wingback counter is usually one of their kind of bigger plays where they're trying to get a big chunky yards, and good job sniffing that out by the Riders.
Hand off to Greavy, runs off the left side, cuts it up the middle and gets to the 3. So it'll be very close, I think, here to a first down. We'll see. They're going to say fourth down. It's going to be just short, maybe a yard.
Yeah, and this is where you need your team defense to step up. Austin Slife kind of made that play get turned back inside, and what you need is that inside pursuit to be able to come in and make that play, but they weren't there, and he was able to turn it up and get a good gain. Brings up a crucial 4th and short.
Officially on the scoreboard, it's 4th down and 2. Morgan looked to turn around and hand it off to somebody, and nobody was there. And then he tried to make something out of nothing, and the Rough Riders once again, Paul, coming up big in the red zone.
Yeah, sophomore Chance Hicks takes advantage of the miscommunication on this play. I don't know if he turned the wrong way or if he didn't feel that he had, a handle on the ball. But 3 trips inside the red zone, 0 points. The Rough Riders got to feel really good about their effort defensively. Now it's time for the offense to really get out of this jail so that they can start to flip the field position battle. As we mentioned, they haven't scored a whole lot of points over the course of the year, but they've gotten better. But it's really tough for any offense to go 96 yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders inside of their own 5. Short little dive play, more or less, right up the middle is not going to net anything. Well, actually, they may spot him forward, maybe just a fuzz, so maybe just short of the 5.
Yeah, Isaac Fitzgerald able to kind of nose ahead there. Looks like it would have been a loss, but he's able to maybe even get a short gain on that. The Rough Riders right now are not winning the line of scrimmage battle. here on the offensive end. The Redskins are doing a really good job in kind of pushing back and making it tough. We'll see if the Rough Riders find a way to be able to open up some holes.
So 2nd down and 10 officially on the scoreboard. Play clock ticking down. We're at 3, 2. They do snap the ball. Nice pitch into the end zone to number 10, Trent Whale, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. So I think it's going to bring up about 3rd and 11, maybe 12.
Yeah, the Redskins playing with no fear defensively. They got their ears pinned back, and they're just in attack mode. You might think sometimes maybe trying to get outside that pursuit, but everyone's coming up. Brandon Miller there making, the initial hit, big play into the backfield, and you're going the wrong way. Again, your defense has given you the ball, granted not in the best position in the field. Offense has got to do their part as well and trying to move the chains.
So 3rd and 11 officially. Little motion there in the backfield. Toss to the right side. And the ball is going to be, it looks like it was caught out there in the flat.
Jarrett Taylor there on the short flat route. Unfortunately doesn't net them a whole lot of yards even though it was complete. And this, makes it tough. The Redskins are presumably going to get great field position again. And, you're really asking a lot out of your defense. To continue to come up with stops after stops when they have the short field to go.
So 4th down once again for St. Mary's. They will punt the ball away. Wapak had some penetration there, but not able to get to the punter. The ball will be muffed and then dived on at the 39. And that's where they'll take over. So once again, great field position for the Redskins.
It is, but you know what? Just even that little bit, as you can see, the rain just continue to come down. The weather is going to become a factor. The field's going to become a factor. When we had the big-time rainstorm a couple weeks ago, where most of the games canceled and continued for the next day. The Rough Riders played the entire game on that field against Salina and finished around midnight. The field comparatively is in pretty good shape considering, but just the more and more rain that comes on, the more mud and slipperiness we're going to see.
And running off the left side for a looks like a 9-yard gain, Jensen Miracle. Nice 1st down play.
If they haven't had any penalties, anytime they've been outside of the 10-yard line, they're getting good chunks of yardage. They're usually winning the battle in the trenches up front on the offensive end. The Redskins are. They just haven't been able to capitalize. We'll see if this drives any different.
And a run up the middle. I believe that was Miracle once again. It's going to be very close to the 1st down. They are going to say it's 3rd down, so it's going to be just short.
Yeah, Holman was able to kind of hold on and pull him down just short of the sticks. Like I said, very close. As we have a very good camera of all the umbrellas there in the background.
And that is just short. If you look at the marker across the far side, that looks like inches. So Morgan will quarterback sneak it right up the gut. That'll net about 2.5 yards. So 1st down for the Redskins. Here in the 2nd quarter, still scoreless. Something has to give at some point, Paul. Either the Redskins, as we see another look at that play, have to break on through, or St. Mary's has to flip this field position.
Well, right now, the Rough Riders have been doing, a pretty decent job on defense, but when you're having a tough field position, it's just going to make it tougher and tougher to be able to get points yourself, as we see a big game right there by Wapak on the right-hand side.
Jensen Miracle with a nice run. And you can kind of see it almost, Paul, that these guys are running with a little bit more they're paying attention a little bit more to detail with running on their feet, because that has to be getting slippery out there. It didn't seem like they were making cuts as fast as they were at the start of this game already.
Well, we've seen Miracle, in the past, and he's kind of an explosive, shifty type player, and it did look like he was kind of watching his steps a little bit. You want to stay on your feet when it's muddy. Normally, you want to take some shorter steps just to stay upright. If you try to take longer steps, when it's tough terrain, that's when you slip.
1st down play is a handoff to the left side. Be a gain of 2.
Nice job, even though he didn't make the play. Jarrett Taylor, defensive end for the Rough Riders, able to kind of get some penetration, blow that play up a little bit, force it to go into the middle where the pursuit was, where the Rough Riders were able to make the play.
So 2nd down and 8 for Wapakoneta. And it's actually a second down and goal. And there's going to be a loss on the play.
Jarrett Taylor once again, this time with the penetration, actually may be able to make the play as well. And the Rough Rider defense, again, drawing a line in the mud, per se. And I was going to say the sand, but in the mud.
You're absolutely right.
Saying, you know what, we've kept you out of the end zone so far. You know, we're going to continue to work and make it tough for you. And it's going to bring up a third and goal outside of the 10-yard line.
You can see the mud piling up on the uniforms of both squads here as 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal for Wapakoneta.
And there we see the field conditions coming into play.
Cody Morgan slips and falls down to a knee, and that ends the play. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 15, I believe.
And they're going to run a bootleg there. Whether he actually threw it or if he was going to run it, you know, is going to see to be determined. But it looks like Walpock's going to attempt a field goal, and this will bring Bailey Heingardner on, who has made a field goal this year in his one attempt, a 28-yarder. This one appears it'll be what, a
lot of confusion.
Yards?
A lot of confusion for St. Mary's trying to make some substitutions, so they're forced to call a timeout on the play. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're watching TSC Sports.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some. When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
4th down here for Wapakoneta, lining up for the field goal. St. Mary's looks to be set now, so the ball looks like it'll be kicked from the 22, so we're looking at a 32-yard field goal here.
Slippery surface, you know, your plant foot is very important when you're trying to kick. Helps that you're in the dead middle of the field. Heingardner generally would have the leg to make this. We'll see if the conditions make it tougher.
And a lot of times when the kicker does slip, the ball will be a real line drive, low kick. Here's a snap, and they do run a fake. Guys are open, and the ball is going to be dropped at the 10-yard line. So St. Mary's keeps the Redskins off the board once again.
3 for 3 in red zone stops here for the Rough Riders, and you know, obviously a fake all the way. Morgan, the quarterback, and Holder looked to get the ball there to Brandon Miller, unable to get the ball to him. He might have better idea might have been throw to the tight end, Brandon Chrysler, one of the leading receivers on the team, a little bit deeper, but to no avail, and the Rough Riders survive again.
So 1st and 10 for St. Mary's, just across the 15.
And check me if I'm wrong, I believe still looking for the first down, aren't they, Todd?
I believe they are as well.
And there's that triple option look right there. Triple option, if you haven't seen it a whole lot, basically means that the first option that you're going to get is the quarterback puts the ball in the fullback's belly, and he feels whether he's going to give the ball or if he's going to pull the ball out and run himself. And that's what he did that time. You know, he put the ball in Fitzgerald's belly, felt he was going to be tackled, so he pulled it out. Then he happened to kind of see, you know what, instead of continuing to the outside, you know, there's a hole to the inside. I'm just going to go inside.
A pickup of 5 on the play, so 2nd and 5 as we come back from the replay. And going to be a little toss to the back in the backfield there, and getting tackled there. I believe number 22.
Yeah, it's Jared Nouse. Jared Nouse is actually kind of one of the reasons why the offense has been improved the last 3 games. He's their leading rusher with 274 yards with 3 touchdowns, and he actually has probably a highlight of the season for the Rough Riders, where he had a 75-yard touchdown reception against Lima Bath, which was just a tremendous individual play. You know, he's bouncing off guys and probably ran 120 yards on that 75-yard touchdown pass in that game.
So 3rd and 5. We'll see if St. Mary's can pick up their first down of the ball game. Looking to throw out to the far side. The ball's going to be tipped, incomplete, so it'll bring up 4th down, and I would have to imagine that St. Mary's will punt once again.
Yeah, nice play on the ball there by Johnny Crawford. It looked like Dustin Fisher had a little tough time trying to get the handle on the ball there with the slick conditions with the ball, and that's going to bring out punter Quinn Czar once again for the Rough Riders.
Not a bad throw, just very well defended by the Redskins. So 4th down and 5, and St. Mary's will punt once again. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Good snap, ball is away. And Wapak will take a chance with it again, and they will be tackled at the 50 at midfield. So they'll take over 1st down and 10.
Well covered there by the Rough Riders, and generally in most games you'd say this is pretty good field position for the offense, but quite frankly this is one of the worst starting field positions of the game for the Redskins.
It is indeed. Not quite like some of the other starts that they've had, but nonetheless they'll take over here 1st down and 10.
And really, Wapak has dominated this game. Offensively, they've been able to pile up yardage. They just can't finish the drive, and we've kind of seen that a little bit over the season with the Redskins.
And there will be a flag thrown, and looks like it's going to be an offsides call once again on the Rough Riders.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was on Jarrett Taylor. Made 2 really big plays that last drive defensively. Coach Phillips going to give him a little talk, and I'm sure he'll get right back in.
So they'll march off 5 yards, make it 1st down and 5. Well, Wapakoneta's coach, Doug Fry, obviously very familiar with this football field in the stadium here in St. Mary's.
Yeah, Coach Fry, obviously the longtime coach here at St. Mary's. Coached here 11 years, now in his 3rd year here at Wapak.
We'll finish that conversation when we come back from this break. We'll take a quick timeout, as timeout was called here on the field. You're watching TSC Sports.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. And together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Wapak, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
And we're back here, and Todd, to kind of finish our thoughts on that, Coach Fry, 11 years at St. Mary's, with a 71% winning percentage for the Rough Riders. And in this game, he was 9-2 against Wapak, now facing his former team. He's actually 2-0 against the Rough Riders.
So no matter how you look at it, Doug Fry is dominating this series.
Yes, he is. And, dominating that play right there is David Slife coming up from his rover position to make a big play on the outside for a loss. And even after that big play, we do need to kind of mention, despite, with the series here, the Rough Riders are, kind of historically dominate this series. It's 65-36-5 in the Rough Riders' favor. The Redskins have won 2 in a row. They have not won 3 games in a row versus Rough Riders since the 60s.
Nice grab that time by the Redskins. We'll wait for him to get up, see the number. That is Alex Greavy making the diving grab on the pass from Morgan. What a great play. Let's take another look at it. We see Morgan. Actually, it's a halfback pass coming this time.
Henderson.
From Henderson.
Yeah, Adam Henderson actually kind of played a lot at running back in the first game of the year. Now he's been playing more on defense. And Greavy, that's his 12th catch of the year and a big play for the Redskins.
Greavy with the handoff. He's got a lot of room on the left side. He's running across the 15. Flag is down. Greavy's tackled at the 10. Looks like that'll be a holding.
Yeah, and Greavy's had 2 big runs on that left-hand side that appear to be nullified by the yellow flag.
So the call is against the Redskins. They'll march it back. The rain continuing to come down.
And just to finish with one thought, to give you some exact years, I kind of just said the 60s. From 1962, 63, and 64 was the last time the Rough Riders were defeated by the Redskins 3 years in a row.
You see Greavy running it across the left side.
Yeah, Austin Slife appeared to draw that holding call. You know, and again, the Redskins
hurting themselves once again. Pass to Johnny Crawford, and hands it back.
The hook and ladder.
On the hook and ladder, and that's going to score. Alex Greavy, perfectly executed hook and ladder.
Yeah, some razzle dazzle. You know, in these on these slippery conditions, sometimes throwing the ball deep is too tough. So Coach Fry decided, hey, we'll just throw a nice, short, safe hitch route there to Johnny Crawford, pitches it back, perfectly executed, and this is the way that they're able to finally crack through that defense and get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Greavy skating in untouched for the touchdown. So lining up for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, ball is up, and it is good. So the Redskins take a 7-0 lead here in the second quarter. We'll take a break and be back with the rest of the second quarter. You're watching TSC Sports.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by TSC, your hometown choice for cable, talk, and internet. And by G.A. Windsor & Son. When you see an orange truck, think green.
And we're getting ready here for the kickoff here with just a couple minutes left here in the second quarter. Redskins finally able to break through for the touchdown. So now we'll see if the St. Mary's Rough Riders can answer with a first down.
And the one thing they should hopefully be able to get out of this is some better field position. You know, the conditions, hopefully the kick doesn't go that deep for them. Maybe they get a little bit of a return. But obviously the Redskins thrilled to be able to finally break through. And Greavy, as big of a playmaker he's been on offense, that's his first touchdown of the year.
As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the rain continues to pour down here in St. Mary's. Nice deep kick. Be taken at the 14. Good run up the middle across the 30.
I believe that's Trent Whale on the return. And again, best field position of the night for St. Mary's. Hopefully they can kind of try to take advantage of this. Get that defense off the field because they've been on the field almost the entire game. And again, they've really done a pretty good job. Just a very well executed kind of trick play there with the hook and ladder finally was allowed the Redskins to take the lead.
So here are the Rough Riders, 1st and 10. Be a handoff up the middle, going to gain just a couple yards.
Nice little mush there. Fitzgerald, the sophomore, able to kind of move and get a little bit of yardage right there on the trap play. Again, Rough Rider offense returning 0 starters. You know, for off last year's team, which was you know, a pretty good offense with a record-setting running back with DJ Manning, replacing all positions, all new offensive linemen, a new quarterback skill positions.
Toss, run to the left side by Whip. Going to be hit around the 40, maybe get to the 42. And
getting closer and closer to that first down, Todd.
They are indeed. So coming up a little under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And this is a big third down conversion, quite frankly, Todd. You know, you're under 2 minutes to go. You know, it's raining. Things haven't really gone your way a whole lot. If you can move the chains here and kind of ensure that, you know, you're going to have the ball to finish this half, and knowing as bad as things been, it's only 7-0, you're not in that bad of shape.
Absolutely. They're still obviously right in the middle of this ball game. It's anybody's game at this point. You know, they've just had a tough start offensively, not been able to crack the first down. We're going to see the play clock tick down. They're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, heady move there by Fisher. You know, he tried to get him out of the huddle quickly and then looked at the play clock and saw that, hey, we need to call a timeout to save this field position because there's a big difference between 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 6.
Absolutely. So they'll keep it at 3rd and 1 by taking the timeout. Now, when you get to this point in the ball game where you're struggling to get a first down, and you're getting closer and closer to the end of the second quarter here, not a lot of time left. Is this a time where you try to call some of these plays that you don't call a lot, maybe call a little bit more aggressive pass plays to try to make something happen?
If you pick up the first down, yes, you can do that and try to make something happen. But on this call, I'm not sure I would. You know, I'd try to get some confidence in ourselves. Hey, guys, we need to pick up 1 yard to move the chains. Let's find a way to get it done. What they've been doing in the short yardage situations has been going to that Maryland I, which I think I called that a capital I, where we got the 3 guys last year. You know, it's a formation that you don't see a whole lot of anymore. It looks like they're more going to a traditional pro I, splitting a guy out, you know, trying to get some of those guys out of the box.
So 3rd down and 1. The Rough Riders need a yard. A couple Rough Riders will shift to the far side, the right side. Going to be a nice toss into the backfield. Redskins come up on it, and they're going to stop him just short of the first down mark. So I believe it'll be 4th and 1.
Strung out really, really well by Wapak. They went with the deep pitch play. It looked like Nous might have had a chance to get out there, but, you know, nice job, you know, stringing it out, as we're going to see right here. I didn't quite catch the number to see who that is. You know, really doing a great job stringing that out. I still didn't get a chance to see who that was, but he did a tremendous job from the outside linebacker. But it looks like there's a penalty that was called, but they are declining it to bring up this 4th and short. And with under a minute to go, you know, see what Coach Phillips decides to do.
So 4th and 1.
And truthfully, the Wapak defense, if you decide to go for it, looks like they are going to punt. But one thing I would say, if you're going to go for it in this type of situation, and even in the future, what I would consider doing is just a quarterback sneak. You know, you saw the Redskins do that and be able to gain it pretty easily. The Redskins defensively is getting a ton of penetration, and on some of the slower developing plays, you know, the Riders haven't had a real chance.
The Rough Riders get the ball away. It's going to be looks like Greavy's going to pick up the ball and try to make a play out of it. He's going to be dropped at the 32. I stand corrected. Johnny Crawford on the play, not Greavy. So Johnny Crawford on the receiving end of that punt. So the Redskins will take over 1st down and 10 here with 28 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Coach Fry will probably be pretty happy to just be able to take this into halftime with a 7-point lead. Feeling pretty comfortable that, you know, his defense has played excellent against this Rough Rider offensive unit, and his offensive team, you know, execution of it a little bit to be desired as they're being marched back too. You know, quite frankly, I'm sure the Rough Riders wish there was more time because they're finally getting the field position flipped. But, you know, it's going to be running into halftime.
Well, hold on the play. We'll march them back 10 yards. And with 28 seconds, I'm sure Wapak's going to be content just to run the clock out here.
Yeah, they've got even the victory formation, just going to take a knee.
That'll bring up 2nd down, and that should do it as they reset the play clock. And we should have the end of the first half here, unless St. Mary's elects to use. I think they have 1 timeout remaining here, but I don't believe they're going to use it. So the clock will run out here in the second quarter. Our first half is over. The visiting Wapakoneta Redskins will go into the locker room with a 7-0 lead here over the Rough Riders. We'll take a short break and be back with a halftime show here. You're watching TSC Sports.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green. Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't. Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you have a roofing problem, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Cridersville.
And welcome to the halftime show here with TSC Sports. Once again, I'm Todd Utrip, joined by Paul Sadler. Paul, very rough start for the Rough Riders as Wapakoneta on their first possession of the ball game marched right down the field into the red zone.
Yeah, they did, but they were fortunate enough to jump onto the loose ball and kind of stop the Redskins, and that's kind of become the theme of the entire half, where the Redskins would get down to the red zone and they would be turned away by the Rough Rider defense.
So after turning them away, they were not able to do anything with the ball. That was kind of the theme of the first half for the Rough Riders. So they would have to punt the ball. We saw that happen several times where they would punt the ball or actually turn the ball over themselves. And Wapakoneta continued to have good field position throughout the entire first half.
Yeah, and quite frankly, the Rough Rider offense hasn't been the benefits of having very good field position, but it's at some point you're going to need to be able to create your own field position by getting a big play here and there and moving the chains. So if they want to be competitive and win this game, which it's only a 1 touchdown game, they just need to get that monkey off their back and get that first down.
And it will only take one play, whether that's a well-designed play or they catch a lucky break on a play. Just takes one play for them to get back in this game. And even as I say that, I'm kind of chuckling inside of myself because they're down 7 points. It's not like they're out of this game. They haven't shown much yet on offense, but their defense, as much as we want to knock the offense of the Rough Riders for not doing anything, their defense has done a tremendous job tonight.
Yeah, they've been put in a kind of a tough situation. The Redskins really, the first drive moved the ball pretty well, and that really dictated the entire half because the entire rest of the half was played, on the Rough Rider side of the field. So they've done a pretty good job. However, you have to credit the Redskins offense. They were able to stay down there, and ultimately they finally were able to break through with that creative play calling with the hook and ladder.
Absolutely, a great play on the hook and ladder to get the touchdown. Greavy taking the toss back and race into the end zone, basically untouched, and that's what put the Redskins on top. As we see Crawford here on the replay, catch it, toss it to Greavy, and he basically goes in untouched. Right across the goal line there with about the 3-minute mark, and when puts the Redskins up 7-0.
And that's a confidence maker for actually, you know, that young quarterback, Cody Morgan, because if he doesn't put the ball on target to Crawford to begin with, you know, you don't have a play.
So the Redskins are up 7-0 here at the break. We'll take a short timeout and we'll be back with third quarter action. You are watching TSC Sports.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Wapak, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
And the teams are lining up here for the second half kickoff here in St. Mary's. Rain seems to have let up just a little bit. I think we got a little bit of a slight break in the weather, but it's a slight break.
It's slight. Looking at the radar, yes, it is slight, but you know we'll take what we can get, and I'm sure you know the fans that are braving this weather on both sides will definitely take a welcome break from the rain.
And you know you have to give credit to these fans too to come out to support their teams. This is not great weather, as you can see from our camera vantage point. Here, just in this shot, you can see, a fair amount of Wapakoneta fans that made the trip tonight. And I'm sure if it was a beautiful 60, 70-degree night with no rain, that'd be a lot fuller.
Well, generally, this is a game where the teams pack, the stands. So yeah, but it's pretty understandable, and but we do have a competitive game right here.
Little squib kick will be picked up at the 24, and slipping on the play and unable to make anything happen out of it was Whale. So the St. Mary's Rough Riders will take over.
And a little bit of a missed opportunity there, Todd. Just obviously you want to secure the football is the most important thing, but we've been harping on poor field position this entire time, and if you're able to catch the ball there, with a little bit of running, you're at least getting out probably to the 35-yard line. As it is, you're only at the 25.
The weather conditions definitely causing problems for everybody here this evening. Causing a little bit of trouble for our broadcast crew tonight. Typically able to bring you a lot more camera angles than we are able to do so tonight, but due to some weather limitations, unable to bring you very many more. So we're stuck with what we got. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. Here we're coming up on second down here, and looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And the Rough Riders just trying to find something that can work to where they can get some substantial yardage. They've tried traps, they've tried sweeps, and now we see this offset I formation.
Toss to the near side is Whale with the ball. He's going to get across the 30. He'll get to the about 31 and a half. So it'll be 3rd and a couple here for the Rough Riders, and we'll see if they can get that monkey off their back and get a first down here to start the second half.
Yeah, pretty good gain right there, as we see. Nice job, nice block right there by Neil Perry to help spring Whale out for a pretty good gain. Brings up a 3rd and a long 3 or a short 4 in this situation. And again, the Rough Riders really need something positive for them to happen on the offensive end, and see if they can get it done here on this play.
5 seconds on the play clock. They get it off okay. Coming across left side and getting the first down for St. Mary's.
And that's what they needed to do. You know, it wasn't pretty. You know, that's a play we saw Wapak run earlier before, you know, that little halfback counter, that one to Jared Nouse. And, you know, that moves the chains, gives them just a little bit more confidence, and we'll see if they can kind of carry that over into a productive possession.
So 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Fisher under center once again. He'll keep it this time and cut back and get 3 yards on the play, it looks like. So 2nd down for St. Mary's. Now, Paul, something that's on my mind, and I'm sure a lot of people could have different opinions on this answer, I guess. But when the conditions are what they are, who does that benefit more, or does it not? Does it help the offense more than the defense, or vice versa? Does that make you want to consider throwing the ball more, or is that more dangerous and you want to just stick with the run? Obviously, when it's raining, we get that throws are tough, but when it's not raining and it's just slippery conditions, does that make you want to throw?
You know, I don't think it makes you want to throw, but you know, it's not ever a blanket situation. You know, it's a big time factor. But it really depends on the teams because it affects both teams. But if you're a team that throws it every single down, you know, say like, you know, a Kenton, you know, will the rain affect them? You know, probably not as much as it might affect teams that don't usually throw the ball very well. You know, you want to go and really accentuate your strength, whatever it happens to be. If it's running the ball, you're probably going to run the ball a little bit more often. But, you know, what a slippery field does do that may give an advantage to the offense is usually they know where they're going, where the defense has to react.
Fisher looking to throw. And it really didn't have anything there open. So it'll be incomplete.
And that'll bring up a 4th down. So after moving the chains once, the Rough Riders kind of sputter there on the rollout, looking to get the ball out there kind of early there to Fitzgerald, and just, you know, nothing there for the Rough Riders, and, you know, a stop there by the Redskin defense.
So St. Mary's will line up in punt formation. Crawford and Miracle are back for Wapakoneta.
In slippery conditions, you know, you might see the ball loose on the field here, so you got to hustle down on your coverage.
Ball will be taken up to the 45 by Johnny Crawford. Nice short return. We're used to seeing the Redskins break some of these punts for some long gains. You know, a little bit difficult tonight with the conditions being as slippery as they are.
Yeah, Crawford comes into the game the second leading returner in the Western Buckeye League, and Greavy, as we saw, another person that's back there, you know, very athletic, you know, playmaker. But again, you know, field conditions are what they are. Both teams have to be able to play with it, and you know, the people that take care of the ball and stick to the fundamentals in executing usually handle the weather the best.
Cody Morgan takes a snap, tosses it into the backfield, and a net positive play, but just a couple yards for the Redskins.
A nice job by the Rough Riders. Don't usually see Wapak run a little pitch play very often. You know, usually they do handoffs and run between the tackles. So Coach Fry wanted to test the outside defense a little bit on the Rough Riders, and the Rough Riders was tough to the challenge.
So 2nd down and 8 for Wapak, and it'll go right up the middle. Nice gain right up the gut. Miracle with the gain to the 38.
Hey, Miracle did a great job. Again, that play is an off-tackle play, but you know, he stayed tight to his blockers, as you can see right here, and he just continued to bend it back, and you know, made, you know, good yardage on that play.
1st and 10 for Wapakoneta. A little confusion on the play there. Looked like maybe a face mask on Morgan that time, but nothing was called, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 as they give him credit for getting back to the line. Once again, it looks like he turned around and looked a little confused. And, you know, once again, we are dealing with, you know, a quarterback making his, you know, basically his first start here, replacing Gibson.
Yeah, definitely some inexperience and lack of repetitions right there. Miracle went one way, he went the other. You know, right there to make the play and take advantage of that is Holman again and Tristan Becker as well, to be able to try to make that play. And again, the Redskins, sometimes their own worst enemy on offense.
So Greavy around the left side with the handoff, and he's going to get to the looks like he was able to get to the 35. So that'll bring up looks like third down.
Yeah, this is going to be a third down, and it looks like to be about 3 yards for the Redskins. And this is a part of the field where, it's going to be probably 4-down territory here regardless. So, look for Coach Fry to keep the ball on the ground here. And, it might not be this play, but look out for that quarterback sneak.
It's not a sneak, but it's a handoff, and gaining the first down.
I think he's short, actually, Todd. That was Smurgy. One of their leading rushers. Again, primarily a defensive standout, but leads the team in rushing touchdowns. And I think that's going to bring up a 4th and a long one. And this would be the play where traditionally, Coach Fry goes to the quarterback sneak quite a bit. Obviously, longtime defensive coordinator that coached with Coach Fry, Jim Holman, for the Rough Riders, knows that as well. So we'll see what happens on this pivotal 4th down.
Rough Riders home crowd making a lot of noise on the play. Good momentum on the left side by the Wapakoneta Redskins. They will pick up the first down.
A good job by Gonerman and Harrison on that left side, 2 juniors getting some movement, and then obviously some big-time movement. Be your own blocker sometimes for Smurgy, be able to move and get an extra yard after contact.
And you can see in that replay from our field level cam, a lot of guys slipping and sliding in that mud, which is about what it is out there now in the middle of the field.
And a lot of the game has been played in this area of the field as well.
So this area of the field definitely taking a beating. Handoff running up the middle again, going to pick up another first down. They'll stop the clock as they move the ball, and I do believe it was Miracle as well. So they'll move the chains. Walpaw coming right down the field.
And Miracle actually slipped, and he coming right out of his stance, as you can kind of see right there. Almost helped kind of time it up a little bit better for him to be able to get through and pick up the big gain.
So 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Another handoff. We're going to see a lot of that the rest of this ball game with the conditions the way they are. Walpaw will pick up just a couple on this particular play. Nice hard run that time by Jensen Miracle.
And, calls his name a few different times. Matt Holman kind of be able to hold on for the play again. Son of defensive coordinator Jim Holman, who I alluded to before.
Morgan takes a snap. He's going to hand off.
Nice
the play is
play.
going to be busted up by the Rough Riders. Nice play.
Holman again. We saw in that one possession Jarrett Taylor step up and make some plays. This time it's Matt Holman. Back-to-back big-time plays to be able to, in this case, get a tackle for loss on that counter play where, again, that's usually one of the plays that they look to get big-time yardage. And if he didn't get him, Alexander was going to be there to clean it up as well. So big-time stepping up once again for the Rough Rider defense, and we've seen this quite a bit already in this game.
Morgan looking to throw, and he's going to be sacked.
Matt Holman
he's fired up. He is fired up. He's doing work chopping wood here tonight. The Redskins, were able to get inside the red zone. That seems like the barrier, I guess, or the mark at which the Rough Riders defense is just tightened up tonight. Every time the Redskins get down in that area, St. Mary's just steps up to the challenge and some great plays here on defense.
And early on, it was Walpaw shooting themselves in the foot with the fumble and the hold, but the last few times it's been more the credit of the defense of the Rough Riders.
So 4th down play, Morgan will put it up and going to overthrow Miracle on the play. So St. Mary's will hold them once again.
Yeah, and then again, no offense to Cody Morgan, but from what we've seen earlier in the year with Kyle Gibson, Miracle was open, going down the seam right there, and a lot of times an experienced quarterback would probably put that on there. It could have been 6 points right there, but given the conditions as what it is, let's just more tip our cap to how the defense have played for the Rough Riders. They've done a tremendous job considering, they've played with, their backs in their red zone almost the entire game.
They have indeed. So they'll take over 1st and 10. Little pitch and slipping and falling on the 20-yard line, so it'll be a short loss.
Yeah, and that's Nouse, who we've kind of highlighted earlier. You know, he's their big-time home run hitter, and if they're going to, you know, be able to hit a big play, more than likely it's going to be him. As you know, great camera shot there of, you know, all the wet mud that's, you know, on these guys' uniforms. These young men are going to be bringing home some tough laundry for mom tonight.
They certainly do that indeed. You know, the Redskins whites are looking more like grays, and the Rough Riders yellow pants are looking more like brown. So it's definitely not a good night to be a mom having laundry duty.
No. And obviously Rough Riders and Coach Phillips, you know, trying to find something, you know, that they can, you know, be able to crack this defense. And Wapak is a very stingy defense. You know, we need to really give credit to them. They've done a tremendous job. They've got a lot of, you know, big-time playmakers with Smirgy and Miller and Valentine. You know, the Rough Riders need to find a way to be able to score.
So they get the playoff just in time. Fisher's going to be sacked in the backfield. Going to lose a bunch of yards. Not the right direction here for the Rough Riders.
No, and the timing for that play was off. You know, the play apparently must not have got in quite on time. They really hustled to the line, and when you're trying to do a play-action pass such as that, you know, timing really, you know, kind of sells the play, and you know they just did not appear to be on sync on that. And I'm not sure if there's a flag on the play or not, but the officials were talking.
There was a flag that will be declined though by the Redskins.
Yeah, definitely. A 5-yard penalty would have been less than the yards that was lost on the sack, which is going to bring up a 3rd and very long.
We'll wait here as the officials running the scoreboard will reset the scoreboard to tell us exactly where they're going to consider the ball spotted, but it will definitely be a long play here for St. Mary's.
And the officials trying to keep the ball dry, we should kind of point out.
Yeah, 3rd and 21. Definitely a tough job trying to do, though. The rain has started to come back down harder than probably it has all night. Ball is going to be intercepted by Wapakoneta. Nice play. You know, it was a long play, but, you know, if that would have came down, then it would have been, I'm sorry, if it would have come down as an incompletion, St. Mary's would have punted anyway, so not necessarily the end of the world on that particular play.
You know, as long as you prevented any type of return, which they did on that, Johnny Crawford up there making the play. The Rough Riders got to look for, you know, some sort of answer on offense. You know, you can't blame, you know, trying to throw deep sometimes. You know, maybe the defenders slip, but you just need a big play to happen somehow, some way. I can't say it's a 7-0 game. You know, you just need one play to go your way, and you can tie up the game.
And you know, it is going to be you know, a situation where one play is going to could make or break this game very easily. You know, don't want to foreshadow anything negatively on either team, but you know, when it is a 7-0 game and the weather conditions are what they are, slips and falls, fumbles and stuff like that are very easy to come by. So, you know, if you're Wapakoneta, you want to really just take care of the ball as you get a great shot there of the rain coming down through the lights. As you can see in that shot, obviously a very heavy rain falling now here in St. Mary's.
Yeah, certainly. And Jameson Vogel, you know, with the play right there for the Rough Riders, to kind of echo what you were saying, just kind of continue that conversation. You know, maybe the big play has to come from the Rough Riders. You know, they've done, for defense, I should say, you know, they've done a tremendous job, you know, preventing the Redskins from getting to the end zone, but they might have to take it one step further and just, hey, guys, get us the ball. You know, let's get a fumble. Let's pick it up and run it somewhere. Let's strip them.
As you can see on that run that time by Josh Wendell holding the ball very well as he's being brought down. But you can get a good look there in that play, though, Paul, how slippery it is out there. Those guys are slipping and sliding all over that field out there, and you can just even see from that camera shot how bad the field is. You can see here how he slides his feet there as he tries to make a cut.
You know, as you're saying, this is some old-time football, and I'm not sure what our director Tony does, but if we get some more shots like that, even in, you know, live action, you know, that's a real interesting perspective on the game.
So on 4th down, they go for it, and they're going to be stopped short. So the Rough Riders defense does the job.
Well, it's a fumbled snap. You know, the Rough Riders didn't have a whole lot to do with that one, Todd. You know, Morgan fumbled a snap, and tough to see if he just never got it or if he, slipped out of his hands after he came out. But again, the Redskins have good field position, unable to take advantage of it, and as we see. The diehard fans, we're going to call them, that are sticking around in this torrential rainstorm. And it's not like it's 70 degrees out there either, Todd.
It is not. Getting to the low 40s, if I'm not mistaken, at this point. So 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders here as we are getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter. They're going to put the ball up and just falling short on the play.
Taking a play out of the page out of the playbook for the Redskins, it's a lonesome polecat formation where they kind of spread everybody out, and Fisher was going to throw it right away to Nouse, and again, that's where I really think field conditions, weather conditions came in. As you can see right here, I mean, he got it, and he's just going to throw it right away because he's going to be under pressure, and Nouse not able to keep his feet as the ball was a little bit underthrown. Yeah,
if that ball had been thrown a little bit further down the field, I think Nouse could have caught that, and they could have had a big play out of it. And it makes me wonder if they shouldn't try to do that a little bit more here as time keeps ticking down here in the 3rd quarter. This will probably be the end of the 3rd.
Yeah, and that might have been the most productive between the tackles run that we've seen so far by the Rough Riders. A 5-6 yard gain right there, and you're going to head into the 4th quarter on your home field against one of your chief rivals in a 1-possession game.
So that'll do it here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick break. You are watching TSC Sports.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by TSC, your hometown choice for cable, talk, and internet. And by G.A. Windsor & Son. When you see an orange truck, think green.
Well, we're starting the 4th quarter here in St. Mary's. Wapakoneta holding a slim 7-0 lead. We've seen a lot of great games in this series, this rivalry through the years, a lot of close ones. Tonight is a close one as well, but I think it's more of a factor of neither team really being able to do much offensively. Part of that is because of the weather, but the teams are still neck and neck here as we go into the 4th quarter.
Well, one thing I would kind of maybe disagree with you on, Todd, is you said a slim 7-0 lead. If any 7-0 lead looks enormous the way the game is being played, this is an enormous 7-0 lead. But again, they just need one big play.
Yep, I guess that's why I was calling it a slim lead, because one play can tie this game up. That obviously won't be the play, as Fisher's not going to get very much on 3rd down. So that will bring up a 4th down play.
And I really think, Coach Phillips, if they would have gained, 2-3 yards and made it a 4th and 1, he's like, would probably say, look, fellas, let's just go for it. Our defense has played pretty well. Let's, try to make something happen. But if you can't get positive yardage, you can't take that kind of chance, and that means that the punt team comes out again.
Another good snap, but it's fumbled a little bit. The kick does get off, and it's going to be a short one, take a bounce in favor of St. Mary's. They'll be down at the 33. So Wapak will take over with average field position here as we really get started here in the 4th quarter.
And if I was Coach Fry, that's what I would say on every punt right now, is don't bother catching it. Probably the only way we're going to lose this game right now is if we fumble the ball. Given how muddy it is, it's not going to skip 20 yards. It's probably just going to hit and die. Just let it drop, and then let's try to see if we can continue to move the ball on offense and actually finish a drive.
And, we haven't seen really, obviously either team really go after the punter here tonight. I have to wonder if that's going to change at some point. A nice run off the right side. Wapak picking up the 1st down. Jensen Miracle picking up about 12 on the play.
Yeah, he just kind of kept his legs going right there. Looked like he would have been stopped right there after a short gain, but the Rough Riders did not wrap up. He went right through those attempted arm tackles and picked up a first down.
Morgan getting his team set. They'll break huddle, head to the line. Less than 10 on the play clock. Plenty of time, though, to get the play off. Handoff will go on another short running play, but it's going to be broken up the middle for just short of 10 yards again by Miracle. So Miracle's starting to pile up the yards here on some of these plays.
Yeah, and this has got to be discouraging to the Rough Rider defense. You know, they've played so well in their red zone, but now they finally have maybe field position where if they get a 3 and out, maybe they could get something to happen. But they've given up in 2 plays, you know, 2 pretty big gains.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 officially on the scoreboard for the Redskins. Trying the quarterback sneak. Morgan's not going to get much. I believe he's going to be short based on where I see the mark across the far side from our camera position here. It looks like it's going to be maybe about a foot or maybe a little more, but
yeah, Morgan actually kind of slipped on that one if you saw. So he never really got his footing correct to be able to push forward. So that's going to lead to that. Also credit Mason Mays there for holding his ground and making the quick play.
So Redskins run to the line here. Run the quick play up the middle. They'll pick up the first down.
Well, the Redskin offense has already done, what you would consider somewhat successful is they flipped field position pretty much again. Even if they would get stopped, you know, the Rough Riders are going to be backed up again and, haven't really shown that they can go, put an 80-yard drive together. So, again, this game is really right now, it's on the Rough Rider defense. You know, can they not only get a stop, but can they get a big turnover?
Short gain on the play.
Nice team defense right there. You know, about 6 Rough Riders there on the tackle. So some of the big guys, Adam Neal right there. I believe Matt Alexander stepped in and helped make that play as well.
2nd down and 8 for the Redskins as the clock continues to tick down.
And it's real interesting. You see the front of the uniforms of all the defensive linemen for the Rough Riders. They don't look like they're wearing yellow pants anymore.
Another good run. Be close to the first down, but a little bit short, so it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, and Miracle with a nice little setter step right there, which is tough in these slippery conditions, but he was able to make the first guy miss. And again, we need to apologize as these uniforms get dirtier and dirtier, it's sometimes tougher to pick out.
It certainly is. It becomes much more difficult for us to call the action for you. We're doing our best here for you tonight on TSC Sports. Going to be Miracle up the middle again. He's going to pick up the first down. So the Redskins are just about to the red zone, which is that spot where they seem to get stymied by the Rough Riders every drive.
Yeah, but I like the way that Miracle's running the ball in this drive, and really in this game for that matter. You know, this is their patented off-tackle play, which can break either way, and he tends to break it back to the inside a little bit, which tells me that the inside linebackers of the Rough Riders might be over pursuing a little bit.
Another handoff up the middle, and going to get about 5 on the play.
And in plays like that, ball security is huge. Miracle was kind of being held up a little bit. That's a time where a lot of defensive players are kind of taught to go after the football. Right there, you saw 24, David Slife, had an open shot to hit that football, maybe with his shoulder pad, and Miracle was able to hold on to the football. And we just saw a shot of the sidelines. We think the fans are cold. The sophomores not playing a whole lot and being on the sidelines are pretty darn cold themselves, Todd.
A lot of cold bodies out here in St. Mary's tonight with this cold rain falling. Clock continues to tick down. We're coming up on 6.5 left in the ball game. As you get another look at the last play, they'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Redskins.
Well, they got their short yardage back in there, Zach Smergy. Usually either he's going to carry the ball here. Again, traditionally, a lot of times you see quarterbacks sneak, but Morgan's been slipping lately.
There's the run off the right side. Looks to pick up the first down, Smergy, but we'll wait and see. There they are, signaling first down easily. So Redskins are moving the ball well. We'll see if they can continue into the red zone here with this powerful running game here in this drive. They haven't.
Yeah, and if you see on that play, there was no blue jersey within the first 4 or 5 yards on the right-hand side. Tremendous job by the right side of the offensive line there for the Redskins.
Hand it off to Miracle again. He's going to go right up the middle. Very, very short gain, probably about 2.
Yeah, Spencer Nouse that time coming in to make the play. We haven't seen Redskins really run the trap, which they tried to right there, and the Rough Riders were not fooled one bit.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 7. See the Alltel Wireless banner hanging there on that fence on the far side. As I understand it, Chad, the spokesman in all the Alltel commercials in town today, and at least at the beginning of the ball game tonight, making an appearance here in St. Mary's.
Yeah, there's a partnership between Alltel and the St. Mary's Middle School, I should actually say intermediate school, with mobile learning devices. Kind of an interesting thing that they're doing with technology integration at that level, and Alltel kind of following through and sending their national spokesman and donating some money to St. Mary's City Schools.
Not to change the subject, but on that last replay, you could see that ball started to slip out of the ball carrier. It's getting tougher and tougher to hold on to the ball. St. Mary's obviously doing what they can to try to strip the ball out here as the Redskins are getting closer to the goal line. And the ball is going to be handed off on the right side, and breaking into the end zone for the touchdown is Josh Wendell.
Yeah, that's Wendell's 2nd touchdown of the year, and that's kind of a back-breaking touchdown, for the Rough Riders. To go down 2 scores with 4.5 to go in the game is going to be a pretty tall mountain.
It is definitely going to make it much, much more difficult for the Rough Riders. They're in a very precarious spot here with, trailing the 2 scores with that very little time, and have had so much difficulty moving the ball all evening.
Looks like we have a different place kicker, and Matt Ewing in to kick the extra point.
And that kick is up and is good. So the score is Wapakoneta 14, St. Mary's 0. We'll take a quick break and be back here in St. Mary's. You're watching TSC Sports.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you have a roofing problem, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Cridersville.
Redskins getting ready to kick off here with a little over 4 minutes to go with the ball game. Redskins leading 14-0 over the Rough Riders. And, I'm sure that's something that hasn't happened much throughout the years, and what I'm referring to is obviously a shutout. So St. Mary's trying to get off the schneid on the scoreboard of, and avoid that shutout. I'm not sure when the last time was when Wapakoneta shut them out. Interesting
that you asked that, Todd. I do have the answer right here. 1974 on this very field, the Rough Riders were shut out by the same score, 14-0 from Wapak. And kind of interesting, the very next year was played in what they called the monsoon game, where Wapak won 6-2.
6-2.
6-2.
We are talking football, right?
We are talking football.
Okay, just checking.
Was not a soccer score as far as I know.
Or baseball. So the Rough Riders, 1st and 10, you would think that they would have to start trying to pull some plays out of the deep spots of the playbook to try to make something happen, and that run's not going to get very far, maybe a yard.
Yeah, and again, kind of credit a big-time drive there by the Redskins. 13 plays, 64 yards on that last drive, and the Rough Riders, with time running against them, obviously need to find a way to score quickly to get back in this ball game.
A little under 4 minutes now left in the ball game. The weather still very uncomfortable for players, coaches, officials, fans. Just a very rough evening, as I'm getting a word in my ear from our crew in the truck. It's rough for the camera workers as well.
It definitely
it's just
is.
a rough night for everybody.
Except for me and you, Todd.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. We're pretty well protected. But, a tough night for everybody outside here at this game, this rainy night. Kind of reminds me of an event we covered last year that's coming up here in just a couple weeks, the Wapakoneta Halloween Parade. Last year at that parade, it seemed to rain most of the parade, made it very uncomfortable for entries in the parade as well as the young kids watching it. So, that parade is coming up again in just a little over about 2 weeks. It'll be October 18th in Wapakoneta downtown. It stretches from the fairgrounds all the way through downtown on All-Glade Street. So a nice parade. If you're not doing anything on the 18th, come check it out. Or, of course, watch it here on TSC. TSC Community will be covering that event, and actually we'll be airing it live for those customers that have TSC. It'll be on Channel 2 starting at 7 o'clock, but of course we'll re-air a couple times.
And if you have not seen that, it's a big deal. I didn't know about the parade until a few years ago, and my wife, worked in Walpock, got a new job, was working in Walpock, and said, hey, we're going to be marching this Halloween parade. And I had no idea what she was talking about, Todd. And I was really impressed. It was really cool. And, the next year we just decided to take the kids and watch it. And it is really an event, for this area, a themed parade. I'm not sure there's anyone bigger.
No, I don't think there is. They'll have well over 100 different entries, and which is what they had last year. And of course, last year's weather was like I said, nasty, and they're obviously hoping for better weather this year and expect again to get in the triple digits with entries in the parade. A fumble on the snap, and Fisher will dive back on the ball, so Rough Riders will retain it.
Well, the one positive thing, it looks like we're getting all the tough weather on Friday nights here this year, so maybe that'll be a good omen for the Halloween parade.
Yeah, you're correct. Last couple seasons we've been fortunate where the rains come during the middle of the week during football season, and then Fridays have been nice. This year it's kind of the opposite. Every Friday night we seem to get a rainstorm, and a couple times here in the last couple weeks or last month where we've had the lightning delays and everything else that have just wreaked havoc on local high school football. But maybe that'll be different for the Halloween parade this year. They'll get the benefit there. Another loss on the play there for St. Mary's as the Redskins able to get into the backfield there and bring down the runner.
Yeah, Nathan Bracey, veteran player for Walpock defense, getting in the backfield. Big 230-pound senior, making the big-time play.
A little over a minute to go left in our ball game here this evening. Redskins with what I will now call a commanding 14-0 lead.
It's definitely a commanding lead, and most of the people in the crowd right now are mostly looking at that clock on the scoreboard.
Fisher looks to throw, just tough to do anything with it as it's batted down.
I believe that's Zach Dietering with the play right there, senior for the Redskins.
We'll get another look at it here.
Yeah, intended receiver slipped a little bit on that, able to make the play on it. Brings up 4th down. Kind of really the last chance here for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, last chance to do anything here. 4th and 11. Just under the minute to go there, as you see on the scoreboard at the top of your screen. And the Rough Riders are going to spread it out, see if they can make something happen. Defense gets in quickly. Ball is over the middle and deflected. On the deflection, I believe it was Schmergy that was able to knock it down.
Yeah, same play that they tried to do before. I think I originally called it the lonesome polecat, but it was actually not really exactly like that. But they did spread out some linemen, and they had Nouse in a eligible position playing left tackle. And they just tried to get to him very quickly like they did earlier in the game, and unable to make the connection.
You know, I think the throw was there on that play. I think he had a shot to get it, but Smirgy making the nice play defensively to prevent the completion.
Yeah, and that's going to do it. You know, Coach Fry understands the situation. Under a minute to go, he's got the victory formation, and the Redskins are going to get back into the win column.
That they will, as the clock continues to roll now, and it looks like the Redskins will be forced to take, I believe, one more snap. Most of the fans look to be making their way down the stands and out of the stadium, as this game is all but over at this point. So the Redskins step up to run their final offensive play of the ball game.
Yeah, and with this win, Todd, that'll bring them back to 500 in the Western Buckeye League at 3-3, 4-3 overall, and the Rough Riders unfortunately dropped down to 0-6 in the league.
And that play will do it. The Wapakoneta Redskins get the victory here in St. Mary's, 14-0. We will take a real short break and be back with a quick post-game show. Stick around, everybody.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
And welcome back to Skip Bachman Stadium here in St. Mary's, where tonight the Wapakoneta Redskins get the victory 14-0 over the Rough Riders.
Yeah, in a game where it was dominated by defense and, quite frankly, the weather, Todd. You know, the Redskins were able to get the ball into the red zone at will, but the Rough Rider defense was able to stand tall to them, albeit, you know, 2 times, once on the hook and ladder in the first half, and then finally, you know, with about 4 minutes to go in the game, the Redskins finally wore down and was able to crack the end zone with, you know, the ground game. But, you know, you got to really, you know, credit both defenses. You know, the Redskin defense obviously pitching the shutout. First time the Redskins have shut out the Rough Riders since 1974. And the Rough Rider defense with, you know, tough field position to be able to hold their own against that Walpock offense. But both teams have to feel pretty good about their defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams did very well. St. Mary's did a great job limiting the damage. Could have been a much, much worse final score, but the defense held strong there in the red zone to stop some of the plays. Well, next week St. Mary's will host Ottawa Glandorf, and Wapakoneta will be back at home hosting Van Wert. On behalf of my partner Paul Sadler and our entire production crew here as part of Game Face Ohio, you've been watching TSC Sports. I want to thank everybody for joining, and hopefully we'll see you again next Friday night. Wapakoneta wins it 14-0.